Hello and welcome to the video. I am DeanoGTO and today we're looking at the Emil 1, the tier 8 Swedish heavy tank, and this is going to be a replay of this tank before the changes in the most recent patch, just so you have an idea of like how much this thing has changed whenever I do the video on the post patch Emil 1, because I do have a game of roughly this sort of caliber in the most recent patch where this thing now has a 3-shot magazine and 360 damage per shot instead of 320 in a 4-shot magazine. And personally, I think the playstyle has gotten significantly more dynamic with the improvements to the gun. Like, losing a shot, I really don't even mind losing a shot in the magazine, because having the faster reload just overall just means you can have such an active role in the game in comparison to what you had before. Previously, it took you ages to reload, which pretty much meant you got like 2 clips off in a game, and that was about it. That was your last. Like, that was just your game after that. There, like, you were lucky if you got 2 more shots off, because it took so goddamn long for your gun to reload. And then you also had the situation where your tank is incredibly slow, and that's incredibly frustrating, as you can probably imagine. Like, this thing here's speed is one of the most annoying points about it to me. Like, I'm gradually like putting shots in this defender, and that AS was actually really clever there and blocked the shot for the defender. So that defender would have been a 1-shot kill for me after I reloaded my clip, but because he got away with out taking that last hit, he's now a 2-shot, which means it's gonna be a lot more difficult for me to deal with him and the IS now, because I can only take half the health off the IS now rather than taking like 3/4 of his health off. Because if I could have taken 3/4 of his health off, the Tiger would be able to kill him in like 1 shot, I think. So this has gotten a wee bit trickier to deal with, but you can see this thing here just got reloaded as I was coming around the corner. I was going to go for the kill on the defender, but the defender was killed by the Oni. And 112 actually was spotted to the north of me, and he actually didn't get the fire shot off, which was incredibly lucky for me, because this thing here has side armor made from glass, and whenever I say side armor made from glass, I am not joking. This thing here has worse side armor than a Panzer IV. The Panzer IV has like 30 side armor. This thing has 20. It's the worst high tier side armor in the game, I think. I can't think of one vehicle that has worse side armor than this. But I finished off the IS there. He was trying to get away from me, but he wasn't quite quick enough. And you can see, one of my main complaints with this vehicle is just how slow accelerating it is. It takes so long for it to get up to speed, and its top speed's pretty much like 28 to 30 kilometers an hour. Now, I will say, this is a game pre-engine upgrade. Like, this is the best game I had in this machine before it got changed, and this was before I actually got the top engine on the tank. Now, I did have top tracks and all the other upgrades except the radio, but the engine's the one part that was missing. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't really feel like the engine made that big of a difference. You can tell it's a little bit more mobile than it was before, but it didn't make a huge difference. And you can see here, it takes, for a vehicle that's so light, it feels so slow. It just feels so like tedious to drive. Like, it feels like a medium with a broken engine. That's probably the best way to describe this thing. And you can see this thing here, reload pre-patch, was about 33 seconds. Because I just hit the F8 button to like let people know that I'm reloading my gun, and you can see 33 seconds is a long time for the size of this thing clip. Like, if this thing was a 5100, yes, it would have a longer overall reload, but the 5100, it has so much more damage output than this thing, because there's extra 2 shots in the clip, and it's only like a 10-second difference in the overall clip reload or something, or 10 or 15-second difference in the overall clip reload. But hopefully we'll be able to finish off this 112, and the 112 was finished off. I put a tracking shot into him there, which helped me out a little bit when it came to assistance damage. So now we're going to have to try and flank around the map here and just try and see if we can deal with any of the enemy remaining like heavy tanks and well, tank destroyer. So they have an MX M445, an ISM, and an M12 remaining. Surprisingly, the MX M445 has driven all the way over here, which completely caught me off guard. I did not expect this guy to be here. And you can see this, look at how long the reload is. I'm waiting on it reloading. Bang. He actually got a shot into me before I got the gun actually reloaded there. That was pretty insane. Like that, it really just puts in perspective just how slow the overall clip reload on this thing was before the patch. Like after the changes, I really do think that this tank has been improved substantially. I really like the unique playstyle that these tanks have now in comparison to what they had before. But we will get down to that in the next video. So now we're in a situation here where we have to try and get over towards the ISM, because I don't really think it's going to be feasible for us to cap this game out, because the ISM, I really just don't want to fight one of those. Like whenever I'm the person who's trying to hold on to a flag, like I need to be the person who's pushing into the ISM. I can't be the person who's trying to defend against the ISM, because in a fight like that, I'm not going to win. Like I have to be the one to have the advantage in the fight. I have to be the one to surprise him. So you can see that the ISM was actually spotted by the Oni, and the ISM is actually on the railway lines. I'm going to try and use this to my advantage as best I can. And you can see here the mobility on this thing was killing me right here. I was just like, come on, come on, come on, come on, I need to get some shots off in this ISM. Come on, tank, go. And the ISM thankfully turns completely broadside onto me, and I managed to get the finishing blow just straight into his side armor, which was perfect there. Now, I've got 3 shots left in the clip, and I think I'm going to do a full clip reload because I don't actually have enough damage oh yes, yeah, that's right, I have a mission active on the top of the screen there. I don't think I have enough damage in the clip to actually kill off an ISU 152 in one clip, so I think I'm going to start reloading here as I come out into the open. I think I am at least. The ISU, the ISU just killed the Oni as well, so the ISU, I'm pretty sure he's just right up there next to the house, and there it is there. I'm finally reloading. I don't know why I waited so long, that was really weird. I held on to the reload for so long there, but you can see this thing here on any sort of medium or like or medium slash like soft terrain, its mobility is so bad. It is so slow, and it's really annoying now because the Emil 2 and the Kranwagen, they all seem substantially more mobile than this thing now. Like, this thing feels like Leo in terms of mobility, and now this ISU is just so focused on like looking in front of him, he doesn't even turn to the side. I managed to finish off the ISU 152, completing the mission and getting me up to nearly 4,000 damage done and 750 assistance damage. So that game there was only worth like a first class mastery in this tank, but I will tell you, getting an ace tanker in this thing I feel like is going to be a tricky task, because the mobility on this thing just limits what you're able to do in a game, because like you really don't think of it as being that much of a problem until you're driving this machine. The reason I think the mobility is such a problem is like whenever it comes to a super heavily armored vehicle, like as an example, what's a good example from Tier 8? Like a TS5. TS5 is a good example. It's got round about the same sort of mobility level as this thing. And it's bizarre to say, actually. Like, imagine saying the TS5 is not that much slower than this thing. I really don't think it is. But the TS5, you can be aggressive, you can be the frontal assault, you can be the person like taking hits and just pushing the line forward. This thing here, it's 100% a support vehicle. It cannot expose its armor. If it does, it just gets creamed. It gets absolutely creamed. Like if you expose your hull in this thing whatsoever, it just gets eviscerated in no time at all. The turret can actually take some hits, but the hull, it is really fragile and cannot be shot. If you want to survive a game, you cannot let anybody see your hull. It's pretty much like the main rule of this machine, effectively, because even 75mm guns can overmatch your side armor. Just giving you an idea of just how bad it is. So yeah, I think I'll leave this one off here, but I'm looking forward to showing the other replay that I have for this machine in the most recent patch, just so you can see the comparison between the guns, because the mobility stays pretty much the same, which is really annoying for me, because that was my main complaint with this machine. But hopefully whenever I get to the Emil 2, I will be a lot happier with that thing, because that thing's mobility seems substantially better than this thing's, especially considering I think it got an engine power boost. So I'm really looking forward to getting one of those. I'm really looking forward to getting the Emil 2. It looks like a bit of a powerhouse now in comparison to what it was before. I've fought a couple of them, and you see getting hit by like I think it works out as about 1300 average clip damage. and you can't damage them in return. It's such a potent vehicle, and you have to kill all the allies around it and then focus it. It's a really interesting vehicle. But yeah, I'll leave this off here. Let me know what you guys think of this video in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.